So we've got them up on the Western Isles of Scotland, down the east coast of Scotland, on some Irish coast, and occasionally they venture down to English and Welsh coast. There were one in Lincolnshire last year. It were there for a few months actually. But yeah, you find them going out through Scandinavia, Northern Europe, Russia, a massive range over the Northern Hemisphere, but with the exception of North America. So this bird basically takes over from the bald eagle, if you will. But again, he's interested in catching fish, ducks, geese, rabbits, hares. He'll eat dead things, he'll behave like a vulture and scavenge anything that he comes across that's already died. It's a welcome addition to his diet, and he'll return if it's a big dead animal like a sheep or a deer or something like that. He's going to be able to go back to that day after day after day. There's no point in him going hunting when there's something free of charge for him. Now, I expect Stanley to be out and about. I want him to have a good rip around in this breeze, and apparently tomorrow it's not going to be particularly nice. We're going to have quite a bit of rain, I believe, but regardless, it doesn't matter to these birds. Because they're in such good condition, the water just runs straight off them. They don't feel it at all. The wind is going to pick up. It's going to be a much stronger wind, so he's likely to be going quite a bit further. But I mean, I have no idea where Stan is now. He's off and about doing his own thing. Now, Stan, generally 96–97% of the time, does his job, does a great job, and I don't mind if he's going to go. I just want him to do a bit of something initially over the top of your heads. I want you to see him up close. He is a fantastic bird to watch. But if he does decide that he's going, he goes in style, does this bird. Not that long ago, well, he went off like he's just done now. The wind was blowing in the right direction. He went out, turned left round the back of the mound, and that was the last that I saw of him that day. Turned out he'd spent the day and the evening the other side of Leamington Spa. The police telephoned me the following morning to say that there was a huge eagle standing on a lamppost there. And I don't know what that was all about at all, but yeah, David actually went over there. I was at my house, and David, who lives at the entrance to the castle, he just went straight over, and Stan was thrilled to see him because he'd had nothing to eat. But you could see by the droppings that were there that that's obviously where he had spent the entire evening. And David's got, well, he's looking out. He seems to be looking in one constant direction, which is a good thing. When he's having to go like this, then that means he doesn't have a clue where Stan is. But oh, he doesn't have a clue. Great. So, with the wind blowing this way, it is going to fetch him back this way, but it depends where he ends up. If he's gone out low and around that way, there's no lift out that side, if you understand what I mean. Here, as the wind's coming up here, he's got the lift. Once he gets onto the mound, that's perfect for him, but then once he goes out that way, the wind's going to take him straight past back in that direction. But generally speaking, he just starts to go up to gain height all the time, and I'm not going to finish the show just yet. I want to give him just a little bit more time to try and sort himself out, because if he does come up, you know, to see him coming in from quite a distance, very impressive to watch indeed. He would probably end up coming in at sort of 70 or 80 miles an hour, or we just might not see him at all for the rest of the afternoon. So it looks like I'll be wandering around the Warwickshire countryside dressed like this, trying to find Stan. I did a while ago, you know, sort of out in that direction there. He was there's the hunting lodge out there. If any of you've been up on the mound, you might have spotted the hunting lodge. Did you see it up there? It's a beautiful building, and well, I know the road to get to it, so I had to drive all the way around to where I thought Stan was. It's about a quarter of a mile behind the hunting lodge, but I wasn't in the work vehicle, I was in my own vehicle, and it doesn't have transport for white-tailed sea eagles, which meant that I had to carry him the whole way back from over there. And you know, he's not light. It was hard work, was that, but you know, sometimes these are the things that you have to do. But it looks as though he's not going to make an appearance. Feel free to hang around. Have you spotted him, sir? Oh, I know exactly what you're looking at. A gentleman thinks he's spotted Stan up on the top of the castle. There's a tall, thin tower, it's called Spy Tower, and it's actually a halogen bulb that you're looking at. It does look like a bird, but obviously, as you can tell, I've lost Stan on many occasions, and people often think that that's him. But yeah, he's off and about, he'll be cruising around, and if you end up going up on the towers, just keep having a look out towards Leamington, you'll probably see him. So that is just about as much as we've got time for, but thanks for coming along and watching, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Thank you.